Okay. So we are back again with our political analysis on Nebo TV. We'd like to welcome all our viewers today. Mr. Oraka, thank you for joining us all the way from the northern region of Nigeria. So we have a special topic to address today that Nigerian opposition lawmakers are urging that President Muhammadu Buhari be impeached for the country's deteriorating security. Even some APC senators have recently backed these impeachments. So what is going on? We are so surprised that these people are taking action this time. Mr. Uraka, what do you think? What do you think that the action they are taking right now is supposed to be taken like few years ago?
For me, when I see uh, actions from Nigeria, I
Mm,
don't take it immediately at face value. I try as much as possible to dig in to get the root cause of the actions. Perhaps sometimes actions that you see are just meant to feed our yearning for there to just be news. But in truth, they might just be actions aimed at fostering a more deeper, sinister agenda. So I try as much as possible to dig even deeper. So as soon as the news of the protesting senator hit the waves, I didn't immediately get excited. I just felt, okay, let me let me dig more and see precisely and exactly what this whole thing is about and how serious and how resolute that the senators are. But
mm,
before we dig in, we must first understand that for now, the PDP has more or less not been the type of opposition that we expect, particularly if we assess it from the type of opposition they got when they were ruling from APC. This
mm,
is not an opposition at all. But then again, I'm not surprised that PDP is not that resisting as APC was when APC was opposition. That is simply because over time, between the time that power translated from PDP to APC, APC and PDP has metamorphosed into a symbiosis. By symbiosis, we mean a relationship that cannot exist without the consent of the other. So APC and PDP has evolved some sort of symbiotic relationship over the years. In other words, APC and PDP, they are now the same thing. And why? If you look at most people in PDP and most people in APC, they have one time or the other been in APC and PDP or PDP and
mm,
APC, except
mm.
for somebody like Wike, who, for instance, had betrayers even from his own party. So you can see what is there. So even those that I saw, even those that I saw doing the protest, even those that I saw doing the protest, are a handful, not entirely the whole of PDP. Um, and then they gave Buhari an ultimatum of 6 weeks. 6 weeks is like eternity. Now, if you see the reaction of the executive from the threat of impeachment from the uh, demonstrating senators, you could see that they are not budged at all. What was it that the spokesperson, what's that name, Femi Additional, he described them as anarchists? Yeah, he described the protesting senators as anarchists. Who exactly is an anarchy? An anarchist is one whose actions or actions have evolved a situation of complete chaos in the country. So who exactly is an anarchist? Buhari is an anarchist. Femi Adesina is an anarchist. Everybody supporting Buhari and making sure that Buhari's regime sustain itself is an anarchist. So who exactly is an anarchist when you begin to refer those who are protesting bad governance as anarchists? So for me, if you are if you are threatening the president with impeachment coming this late, like you rightly said, this impeachment should have been years ago, and you are bringing this impeachment this late. I expect that you give him 1 week, even days, 3 days ultimatum. not weeks. Giving him 6 weeks, that's 1.5 months. It's almost like giving him room to prepare for his. It's like I made a move in chess and I'm giving you all the time in the world to go and think about your next move. There should be a time constraint so that your opponent can make a few errors, but you're giving me enough time to think. So I think this impeachment threat by the supposedly one family, as the case may be in my intro, I think it's just a music being played, or it's just a script played for the audience to give a false sense to a false sense to audience, to the public, that we now have an opposition. But the truth is that I don't think the opposition. I don't think the impeachment threat is backed by resoluteness. I don't think. I just think
Yes.
it's
Mm.
just somebody. It's just a bluff. It's just a bluff, and I think the president has called their bluff, because the president is waiting. He has not made any statement. He has not made any speech. He has not
He won't
gone.
make any space. We should not be expecting any statement from him.
Hmm.
Whenever anything happens, incident happens in the country, this president has not been responding. He will not respond because,
So
we all know that the president is sick and it's affecting him. Just because of selfishness and self-centeredness, that is why he's still in the office there. He will not reply. He will not reply. So,
let me tell you. Yeah, I'm going to say something that is, you know,
mm,
there was a time when I discussed these political underpinnings with you. I feel a little bit inhibited because the dynamics and the complexities or the complexions of the politics sometimes will be very difficult to appreciate by one with a regular intellect, one with a regular rationality. Because the type of politics the northern cabals are playing cannot be understood with your regular type of education. You will not understand it because your type of rationalism does not give you room to bring religion into your discussion, does not permit you to bring tribalism into your discussion or sectionalism into your discussion, because attempting to make analysis with a standpoint on religion or ethnicity or region makes you feel as if you are not properly educated. But I've noticed these people, and I come to the conclusion that no matter how educated they are, no matter how elevated in life they are, no matter how schooled they are, when it comes to politics, they stand on the platform of religious bias. You cannot take that away from them. And for you to play this politics with them, you must understand that that's where they are coming from. That by every means, after the show, I'm going to send you a WhatsApp video where one Malam was speaking now and he was interpreting and I was saying that Islam owns Nigeria, and therefore the leadership of Nigeria must remain with Islam. Now, these are some of the mentality of a lot of clerics that are that are mm, that are disseminating instruction to their followers. It's unlike the church where you can ask questions, where you can actually disagree with what a pastor has said, or if you don't like what they are teaching, you go to another church. It's not like that in the mosque. In the mosque, Malam Yache. Once Malam says, that's what the cleric says, it stays. So these are people that have grown from kids to adults. They are now in our government. When Jonathan was in government and cried that terrorists are part of his cabinet, we all laughed. We didn't take him serious because we felt he was inept, he was clueless. It was okay for us to just conclude that Jonathan was clueless, but very difficult for some people to agree that Buhari is far more clueless than Jonathan. In fact, it took some people 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, some even 6 years, some even 7 years now to agree that Buhari is very, very clueless. In fact, the most clueless president that Nigeria has ever had is Buhari.
bad. Yes.
So what's difficult in saying so? I am a recipient of the government. I am a recipient of the government's administration. By being a recipient, I have, they say the taste of the food is something, something of the food is in the pudding, is the taste of the pudding. I don't know, I can't remember how the saying goes. But the truth is that I am a recipient of the regime. So I can tell you whether I'm satisfied with the regime or not. And the truth is that this regime is by far, by all indices, the worst from every indices. Is it in terms of education, health, security, governance? Look at our money. Dollar has just risen up. It was the last dollar exchange was 65,000 to 650 naira to $100 to the naira. Now it is 710 naira just in 1 week. In less than 1 week, 710 naira, and the rate at which it's going, it's going to hit the 1,000 naira mark. Safer, what's this name? Niger, the safer that is used in one of the safer currency that was way below the naira is now above the naira. The Nigerian naira will become the lowest, and I think what the government is doing is deliberate. That to inflict the masses with poverty is deliberate, and I'll tell you why it is next for every dictator to thrive, or for every for one tribe to dominate other tribes, why it is necessary that you impoverish the country. It's simple. When you are poor, you become easily bought. When you are poor, the mind to embrace rationality, because you need nourishment for the mind to reason well. So when you are impoverished, your ability to discern rationality is taken away from you. That is why people can actually determine 4 years to renew these thieves and hoodlums and looters for 200 naira, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, because they've already categorized us by level of the poverty, by level of the state of poverty that we are. Some can be bought for 200, some can be bought for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And the likes of APC and PDP, they are not campaigning because they already know they have put the masses in a state of poverty, and they certainly know that now there is a strategy now whereby you just send the details of your voter's card and they pay you 30,000 naira. Just send the details of your voter's card. They pay you 30,000 naira. They have the money. 1 million voters card. That's 3 billion naira. And 3 billion naira is small money when you change that with the dollar. Because all they simply need to do, no matter how our naira depreciate, it doesn't bother these politicians, because all their money is safely tucked in the dollars. All their money is safely kept in dollars. So your naira can be, and in fact, it is to their benefit, those with the dollars, that the naira keeps depreciating, because that way they can always buy our thing easily. They can always bribe the masses cheaply, because when they give you 30,000 as the amount, as the volume of the naira increases, it represents a smaller value of the dollar that is in their care. So to them, they will make sure, because if they say, if I say I'm going to give you 1,000 naira, and that is $1 in my own purse, it's to my own benefit, because I've kept all my money in dollars. After all, we saw Tinubu telling people one day that Nigeria should not be worried about the increase in the depreciation of the naira. After all, they are not paid in dollars; they are paid in the naira. So for us, the masses, naira is our own way of spending. For them, the elite, dollar is their own way of spending. Look, these people don't mean well. And if we still think that Nigeria is something we can joke about, but if we still think that Nigeria is still in a position whereby we can be joking about it, that no, I want to vote, I'm articulated, I'm a Baptist, I'm a obedient. If we still think Nigeria still enjoys that privilege, if we still think Nigeria enjoys that privilege, we are just set in a way to elongate our we are still, it's like we are still positioned to elongate our suffering, because the situation of Nigeria now is not a situation of I'm Baptist, I'm articulated, I'm obedient. Nigeria is at its worst precipice. That is why when I'm discussing the issue of Nigeria, I don't like discussing it with people who are armed with education. Honestly, the worst people to discuss Nigerian situation with are two people: those who live abroad and those who are too educated for my liking. Because you will be ashamed to be discussing religion, whereas the real problem of these people that are in question, Tinubu, Buhari, Atiku, They want to make Nigeria an Islamic state. The question is, why do they want to make Nigeria an Islamic state? It's simple. Islam has a very strong synergy with feudalism. Feudalism is a state of governance where a group of people agree that I'm going to remain poor for the rest of my life, and a certain people are blessed to be rich. So if Islam subsists, and Islam said the meaning of Islam is total submission, that means when all of us are now forced to become Muslim, we give total submission to those who brought this Islam to us. So at the end of the day, those who are actually using the tool of Islam don't really care about Islam. Islam is just a tool to bring their ethnic dominance to Nigeria. And that is the Fulanis. They don't care whether the Islam or this thing. It's just a tool that if you accept it, you become easily manipulatable. So what we are here now, from the jailbreak of freeing terrorists, from the attack of the president. Are you aware that the president's entourage or the president's brigade or whatever, convoy, whatever, was attacked and soldiers were killed? I can tell you that our military is so compromised that no Christian general has any influence in Nigerian military today. So when we sit back and we begin to, when somebody comes and begin to say, you see, the Nigerian situation transcends in 1950, in 19 this, in 19 that. Look, the current reality, this is what it is. There's an Islamic agenda on Nigeria. And both Tinubu, Buhari, and Atiku, they probably must have sat down, had an arrangement, let me rule for 8 years. After 8 years, I will give it to you. Tinubu must have felt, because every time they enter into an agreement with these people, every time they disappoint them. I can tell you that Tinubu will get the worst shock of his life. I can be 150% sure that Tinubu will not win any state in the north. I am 160% sure that he won't win. Because at the end of the day, these people are going to vote for their brother. Now, for Tinubu, he must have fought the agreement.
You said that Tinubu will not win any states in the north.
No, he won't. He won't. That I don't have any. It's not a calculation, sir. It's not a calculation. For him, he's living in some sort of preconceived delusion.
Let me quickly add something to that. From my observation from previous elections in Nigeria, don't you think that APC will use the federal might to aid him in the north, aiding him, providing security operatives to ring elections?
Yeah. Now anytime you see, the problem I have is when you are talking politics and it involves the northerner, please talk religion. Why is it so deep? Just always look, okay, I'm looking at this politics. These are people how many times have I repeated Nigeria?
If you talk religion, Tinubu is a Muslim.
But you see what the northerners believe, that both Yoruba Muslim and Southern Christians, we are all the same thing. To them, they don't say Yoruba Muslim as a proper Muslim, that Nigeria should be left in their hands.
Let me quickly interject. The other time when we were arguing about this Muslim ticket, you remember that I was saying that, the northern Muslim and they are not the same. You understand? I don't know why people were concerned about this idea of Muslim ticket, given that the Muslims in the south are considered, with the Christians are considered the same. Why should we be even bothering ourselves, advocating against such a Muslim ticket? And the same thing you are saying right now, knowing fully well that
one Solomon Ohiomohare wants to call him. I really want I enjoy this interaction so much.
Okay, the telephone is not with me here. The telephone is not with me here. So please, if you have any comments, leave your comments in the comment section. I will read it out.
Okay, I can read the question. I can read the question now. No, we have upgraded. So the truth is that anytime you are discussing Nigerian politics and involves the northerner, please remove that your Western education, keep it aside, and bring the factor of religion when you are talking, because that is what they do. That is what they do. They will come to the Southerners and pretend to you that they are educated. No, it's not about religion. But everything has always been about religion. Why are they kicking against rotation? Because with rotation, power will not remain in the North in perpetuity. With
Mr.
restructuring,
Raka, I'm coming. I just have to grab that telephone so that Mr. Solomon can call in later.
okay,
So
wait
you
for you.
can
Let
keep.
me give me water, my guy. Are you back? Welcome
I'm
back.
back. Yes, thank you. I traveled. I traveled for a few seconds. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go ahead. I just on the telephone right now. Anyone can call.
Okay, they already have
Um,
the number, or you've not typed the number. So,
the
Mr.
number is there.
Solomon. So
Mm.
the truth is that anytime I'm discussing Nigerian politics and it involves the North, I will never come with my academic qualification. I have a BSc or professor in this thing. No, I don't do. No, I don't. Do you know I hate it when I see an educated man say, "No, I don't talk about religion. No, I don't do tribalism." No, why?
Yes,
The Yoruba
you are
man is
very.
playing tribalism. The northern man is playing religion. You are playing foolish education. What type of education is that? You can't separate. Can you separate the Yoruba man and his tribalism? You brought a Fulani man here yesterday. All effort to have a reasonable conversation with him was difficult. All effort. Anyway, the other day, one Edo First was also blaming me that why am I supporting Peter Obi? Who else should I support? Should I support Tinubu? Or should I support Atiku? Known looters, people who have brought us to this country where we are today. People who are not even campaigning. I am sure they've kept some very huge amount of dollars aside that they will use to renew our stupidity, to enable us vote them back again, renew our they are not care, they don't care. The dollar can be 2,000, the dollar can be anything. Schools, can you imagine ASU? Imagine America, imagine Canada where you are, that universities are closed for 2 weeks. Imagine the news it will be. Imagine universities are closed for 5 days. Imagine how CNN will pick it day in, day out. But students have been at home for 6 months. This is 7th month. And nobody seems to be talking about it. Eh? Nobody seems to be talking about it. Everybody's talking about 2023. And I don't think, I like the fact that ASU are resolute. If you go square, make it just square. Make it square finish. Because this is what, do you know how many people I quarreled with because of this useless government? How many good friends, good people that I went to school, Festus Keamu, I attended the same school, Festus Keamu, Government College Ugele. One of the most brilliant boys in my school way back then. How these people will go to the south and cite intelligence one, pick them, brainwash them, and they'll start working for their interests. Beats my imagination. Maybe me too, if I didn't stay in the north, I was in the south too. By the time they come and pick my governor Okowa, I'll start saying, articulated. Why would Atiku pick Okowa knowing that Okowa is not as popular as to win anything? Because they know that eventually if they win, Okowa will be like another Osibanjo that's going to share trader money in the market. So these things, they've been using the same trick on the south over and over again. Now election is here. Some bloggers, rather than think about the future of Nigeria, rather than pitch your tent with who you believe that can actually save Nigeria, you are pitching your tent with people that will give you money because all you're interested is make the other guy that is pitching his tent with Atiku. I know for 100% sure he's not convinced that Atiku is going to fix this country. He's just there because if Atiku notices him with his large page, Atiku will roll some dollars to him. How will he pitch his tent with somebody where Peter Obi that doesn't give shishi? You see, the country, our mind has been played with for many years. All we think about is survival. Everybody just in survival mode. If today, even in the Osun gubernatorial race, a trailer load of baggage Gary with the governor of APC's face on the Gary, how much is Gary? Highest, Tutu Mudu. They baggage it in leather. People crowded. Oh my goodness. Oh, make I do aside. Oh my God.
Mr. Raka is poverty. Poverty is
That is exactly what I'm saying. These politicians will impoverish you. when they impoverish you, and now you are in a state of self-convicted impoverishment, you not think again, because right now it is your hunger that is thinking. The moment they bring rice and beans, your state of mind is, this one I go chop this one, and this one go feed me and my family today and tomorrow. And you take a snap
And
decision.
rice is very expensive in Nigeria these days. What do you think?
Right,
When one
rice.
politician, yes, rice is very expensive in
Only God will
Nigeria.
help us the type of rice we are eating. Honestly, there was one rice we bought. The taste of that rice be like chemical. Only God will help Nigerians what they are eating today. I think because our NAFDAC is no longer working. National Drug Food and Drug Regulation. It's not working. Everything is just coming in anyhow. In fact, the country not just get focused. This country is just rubbish. Only God will help us with what we are eating, whether it is packaged or not packaged. Oh my God, you won't understand it. So for anybody to still think that the current situation of the country still gives us the liberty to be playing, I am Arsenal, you are Chelsea, you see, we can only play that type of politics when we have a league that has an unbiased regulation. But Nigeria as it is now, like this guy Rufai of Arise Television said, when Nigeria was formed, we didn't form Nigerians. Do you know that the only time we are Nigerians is when Super Eagles is playing ball? The only time we are Nigerians. Just imagine, would you say, oh, why is it that Ahmed Musa na scored the goal? He's a Muslim, he should have scored the goal. As at that time, you want anybody to score the goal. That is when we are Nigerians. But when it comes to politics, ask yourself, why is it that the same mind we use in watching the Super Eagles play football, where we don't mind whoever scores the goal? If it is an Igbo man that does a mistake, we say, look at this here, boy. See Chidinwanu. Why Chidinwanu? You supposed to pass on like that. If it is Ahmed Musa, Ahmed Musa, why now? Why? You suppose, as at that time, you don't care whether Ahmed Musa is a Muslim. You don't care whether he's a northerner. All you care is that Nigeria should win. So why is it now that in politics, we don't think like that? Why is it now that we don't care whether it's Peter or B, whether it's Ahmed Tinubu, whether it's Atiku? Why is it that some people are still logged onto their tribal proclivity? Some people are still logged onto their ethnic proclivities. This will destroy Nigeria. And why I am sure that certain presidential aspirants are not fit for this country, because they know that a large portion of Nigerians are hooked onto these tribal proclivities, and they are banging in of it. Why would a politician say that it is the turn of the Yorubas, and if it is turn of the Yoruba, Emilio Kan is his turn? Is Nigeria now a rugby football that they throw? Give me. Or is it a relay batting whereby, okay, you are going to be runner one, runner two, you exchange it? What is this country be?
Yeah, it's like a tribal competition.
Yes. So
yes,
what
it's
is this
like a tribal competition. We are
They are no longer
deviated
hiding it.
from democracy.
They're no
Totally
longer
from
hiding it.
democracy.
I read in one of my Facebook page where somebody said he was having an argument with his boss, that the man was asking, why is he not campaigning for Tinubu? And then the man asked him that if an international organization want to manage a company in America, in abroad, and they said, would you recommend Tinubu? Between Tinubu and Peter Obi, who would you recommend? He said, no, that why would you equate company and politics? He said, but that is because that man, irrespective of how educated he is, irrespective of how old he is, or how elderly, or how traveled he is, cannot free himself from tribal bias. And then you ask me if I'm discussing politics, I should not talk tribalism. Irrespective of how Tinubu is a combination of all the things that is wrong with Nigeria: tribalism and religion. He's a religious bigot and a tribal jingoist. Everything wrong about him. And then,
so, Mr. Raka,
yes,
can you give us an example where Tinubu was very tribalistic in his actions, because you
in,
cannot
in, in
compare him
Ogun
with
State, in
Atiku.
Ogun State, in his statement, he said he's the one who made Buhari, that Buhari tried the first time. Ose Keji, Olule, Ose Keta, Olule, Ofa 7, Emilok. He said it is the turn of the Yoruba. When somebody is campaigning and is telling you that it is the turn of the Yorubas, is that not a tribal? Is that not? Have you ever seen Peter Obi or Atiku say that it is the turn of the Fulanis or the turn of the Igbos? That alone shows that the consideration for you wanting to be the president of Nigeria is because it's the turn of the Yorubas. You are fighting your justification and your anger and your desire to become the president of Nigeria is prejudicated on the fact that you believe that it is the turn of the Yorubas.
But at the same time, it can also be a political statement. You know, when people are campaigning,
he's making a
they can
political
say
statement
anything
because he believes that
to
statement
win the
will
vote.
win the block of the Southwest.
Yes, yes. The statement was made because he was in a Yoruba land. Maybe he was using that a kind of a tactics to win their votes.
Please, that
For
person
me, I
ask
would
him,
say
my name is Magnus Oraka. Magnus Oraka. The name is not a new name. My name is Magnus Oraka. In case somebody's asking what is this man's name, that I'm saying the truth. I've always been saying the truth. I've always been, if Nekpe no fine, I would not say no fine. I'll say Nekpe is ugly. I know they fear. But today she's putting
Mr. Oracle.
That's me. I say it the way my mind is. I may be wrong. I'm not a master of all knowledge, but I say it the way it is. That is why you see, if
You are right, Mr. Oracle.
if
You
you
are
bring
right.
me on, you notice that I don't, if it is English, if you want to speak grammar today, if you want to inundate this program with abstract numerical verbatims or grammar, I could do that. I could become Patrick Ogbahe, your brother. But that will just be an entertainment to these political thieves that wants to deceive Nigerians. I don't do that. I don't play to the gallery. I don't sing a song that is being played for me by somebody hiding in the bush. I give it to you straight away. Why are we, particularly South, and Southeast, we love this academic self-deception? Hey, you see, I went to the school of Harvard. It will be beneath my academic status to involve myself or dabble into the intrigues of religious vituperations. You see, Nigeria way back in 1962 when bullshit, rubbish. Why you are busy speaking all those rubbish? The other man is sky. I'm a shege amburo. Wallahi wannan kai ya iya turanci sosai. Amma wawa ne shege amburo ba. Kai amma mutane nan wawa ne. When you are busy speaking, I don't say kai this man sabi English, but now you fool. Because the only politics they know is that power must remain in the north. Nigeria, same land. How many times have I repeated this thing on your show? I've repeated it. I can't count how many times. Nigeria, same land.
Mr. Oraka, you know, Ecomium is pouring in. He said this man wears the shoes of every reasonable Nigerian. Take it away, Mr. Oraka. That is a good one. Thank you for the Ecomium.
So the truth is that anybody, if you are supporting Tinubu, watch yourself. Two things are involved if you are supporting Tinubu. One, you are supporting him on the aura of it is the turn of Yoruba, because that statement of it is turn of Yoruba is to whip on that sentiment of it is Yoruba turn. But I've said it over and over again that the Yorubas have no moral justification to claim that is their right, because they've ruled 8 years in Obasanjo and vice president in Osibanjo. Perhaps the Muslim part of Yorubas feel that the only time they can believe that it is the turn of Yorubas have ruled, maybe when a Muslim Yoruba ruled. Maybe that's what is driving Tinubu. Maybe that's what is really, because an Obasanjo has not represented Yorubas. And Osibanjo has not represented Yoruba. They are Christians. Maybe the only time the Yorubas will feel that, yes, they have ruled these countries when a Muslim Yoruba rules. And he believes that with the population of the Muslim Yorubas and the population of the Muslim North, he will give. That's why he doesn't care about what the Christians feel about the Muslim ticket. Anyway, we are not talking about Muslim ticket, because that to me is a great aberration on the sensibility of Christians. It's the worst.
I don't think you were on this program the other time when we discussed about this Muslim ticket, that it's not backed with the constitution, you know, and this Muslim ticket is not violating the constitution. It's just
Agreed.
Nigerians who are sensitive to what is going on
Agreed.
in the country.
So let me add. Okay.
Prevailing in the country, are opposing this idea of Muslim ticket. Otherwise, it does not violate the constitution.
Okay, now let me hold it right there. Let me add my own on this Muslim ticket. First and foremost, anybody who is quoting the constitution, you see, you can only quote a book, a manual. I am using a MacBook Pro. I don't know what laptop, what computer is in there. The manual for this computer, you can't use it for the manual of your own computer. So the constitution is a manual of a part of Nigeria. The constitution we are currently operating is a manual that best operates Nigeria for the interests of the North. So when you see the manual, if you watch Bosu Emmanuel, he said the Nigerian constitution, Islam is mentioned, mosque is mentioned, Grand Khadif is mentioned, but nowhere in the constitution that Christianity was mentioned. Nowhere in the constitution that church is mentioned, pastor, anything related to Christian. Ms. Nekpe, do you know why they changed the old? Sorry, I'll answer the Muslim ticket, but I need to build instances where all these biases are coming from. Do you know why they changed the old Nigerian national anthem? Let me sing it for you. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. To an Hausa man, to a northern cabal, that part that says, though tribe and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we are. For them to be brotherhood, Kafri Arne, a non-believer, brotherhood we are. That this need to go. So everything about Nigeria is aimed at silencing a part that represents a bulk of Nigeria. Listen to the new Nigerian national anthem. Arise, O compatriots. Nigeria's call obey. What if you put it like this? Arise, O compatriots. Northern call. All of us obey. When these people play with our intelligence, you don't know. They just do it and give it some intellectual coloration because that resonates with your Western education. But deep down, the agenda is there, but wrapped up with some sort of intellectual coloration that best suits your BB grammar.
Yeah, Mr. Raka, I think we are aware of the fact that Nigeria as a country is practically divided along religion and tribal lines. Right.
Well, let me answer this guy, Peter Ekenweazu. You see, Peter, my dear, you are on point. Okay, Peter Ekenweazu, see the constitution. When you read this constitution, the constitution in itself, nobody that is the president of Nigeria who decides to operate that constitution will succeed. A constitution that empowers Kano State that have a constitution that empowers Kano State to have 47 local, is it 47 or 57? 47 local government. One state, 47 local government. One state, 47 local government. Then, one state, 47 local government. Then another state who contributes more to the country than Kano State, River State, far less, 20-something local government. Delta State, 20-something local government. Lagos, 12 something local. It is rubbish. It's rubbish. So you create expense points and justify that we have land mass, we have more population, we have this. If you want to have more population, sorry, let me put this on airplane mode. If you want to have more population, then provide the means from your internal revenue to sustain this excess population. If you want to create more local government, provide the means of production to sustain this excess. But you cannot be creating excess expense point and be depending on the South to feed your excesses. You give birth to children you can't take care of because you are going to bring policies backed by the constitution to bring money from the South to feed your excess population. Even the NNDC, Niger Delta Development, NDDC, Niger Delta Development Corporation. Do you know that part of that 13% still goes back to the North on the collaboration of certain people that are getting that money? For you to eat this money, give us this amount. So Why do you think this man Akpabio? Why do you think they just said one or two things to him, and he just agreed to move to APC, and all his noise in the Senate died out? Because they hold everybody's secret. Because if you misbehave, all the amount of chop for NDDC will go bring them out, and we will lock you.
Mr. Raka, that is why when I saw that the opposition senators are planning to impeach president, are calling for the impeachment of President Muhammadu Buhari, well, the first thing that came out of my mind is, are these people not the same? They keep decamping from one APC to PDP, from PDP to APC. Are these people not the same? How firm are these people with this plan of impeaching President Muhammadu Buhari? Are they not going to decamp to APC tomorrow?
Of course.
So, you know, they are not reliable. These people, these politicians in Nigeria are not reliable.
How many are now? In that your house, that house is a major house, right? But you cannot prevent the girls from going to the boys' room. Neither will you prevent the boys from going to you can go into any room. So this is how it is. Nigeria is the main parlor. PDP is one room, APC is another room. So, and they are all family. Anybody can go into any room, and they are using the same toilet. So that's why you cannot get an opposition for people who see themselves as the same family. Let me tell you a story. As I time they were campaigning, where PDP and APC were campaigning, I was in Kaduna. I went to the PDP office in Kaduna, and I was like, we are going to win APC. They were just looking at me. There wasn't that enthusiasm for power to remain with to come back to PDP. Why? Because they were actually in PDP, but their loyalty is with APC. They are not like us, where any discussion that look,
it's APC at night time, PDP at daytime. You know, it's always like that.
You see, they are not like us, where if I say now, look at this wounded civilian coming to your show and trying to wear me down. That is my brother. That is my brother from the south. That is somebody who has called me one-on-one many times, and we've referred to ourselves as brothers. But with the comment he has made, you can see that he won't even think twice to bring me down or bring your show down. He wouldn't say, okay, I don't like this man, but because my brother, let me just keep my statement. That's not how we are wired. But if this were to be an Hausa program, and there's a guy that I collected his girlfriend or I collected his wife, he will not make a negative statement on this never. Because we are talking about how to, my comment is for the North. That alone is okay. Whatever differences we have, we settle it outside public view. So when they discuss about this national agenda, they will transmit it down to the last man that sells sugarcane, and everybody will keep it a secret. Nobody will divulge it. They are not like us. Now, if truly we want a Nigeria with Nigerians, remember the analogy I made when we
One Nigeria.
If truly we want a country where we have, where a country with a mentality where if we are watching Super Eagles play, we will not be watching it because there are too many Christians in the field and less Muslim in the field, or it must be a Muslim man that scores, or because I am sure when we won the Atlanta Gold, I was in Meduguri when we won Atlanta Gold. Let me tell you, the whole everybody 3M, we were dancing, Fulani, Muslim, Borno, Kaje, everybody were just laughing because at that moment we were Nigerians. Now politicians have found a way to break that Nigerianness in us through tribalism and religion. So anybody that is banking to win Nigeria on the threshold of religion and tribalism, such a person should immediately not be considered as a president of Nigeria.
People cannot be tribal blind in Nigeria, I'm telling you. It will be difficult.
But we'll try. We'll try.
Now, it will be very, very difficult. Even within one state in Nigeria.
Wait. I told you to block. We told you to block Sani Kabil. Why is he still making comments?
Ignore him. Don't even look.
No, I can't be ignoring him. If I wish I can block him from here, for just block and straight away.
I'll block him. I'll block him. I'll block him.
You can't be allowing this kind of character. This is a man who said he has traveled abroad. He has been to places. Look at the comment. You are a fake man. Always bring dirty talk. Always. Have I spoken? Was that this is a man who came here on this program and said Fulanis are the elder brothers of every other tribe? Are you mad? Is something wrong with your head, Sani? You they crazy? Something do you? Where did we sit down and say Fulani should be my elder brother? Something wrong with you? Are you crazy? And telling me that I'm talking and that you came on this show and you said that Fulanis are elder brothers to this and that that Fulanis will determine who will become president or who will not become president.
You know, all these things we have to blame it on the British people for amalgamation.
See, so, look at what this removed guy. He said that this program is
not the British because the British did a lot of damages to Nigeria. The amalgamation of the country is the root of what we experiencing today in place. Let's blame the British.
Yes, okay. I'm not wired that way. I'm wired with what I see. This program is.
There's one thing about us. We don't look at the root cause of things.
This program is.
We don't look at the root
of. Remove if you can. I bet you can block this man straight from there.
Mr. Raka,
this man. This program is. Look at what Sani Kabir is. He said this program is anti-north.
So as you are speaking about him, it's like we are making him relevant, Mr. Raka.
You are fake man. You know nothing about North, and you claim.
Mr. Raka, you don't listen.
Okay. Let me tell you something. First and foremost, this program is not anti-North. I love
Mr.
the North.
Raka, Mr. Don't make this man relevant. You see, I saw his comments since I didn't say anything. The more you speak about him, the more you make him relevant.
Anyway,
he's not relevant to whatever comment is living there. Yeah, it's none of my business. Let him keep leaving comments and don't ignore him. You know, Mr. Sani was not able to manage himself on this program. That is why I stopped him from coming to the program.
We had a Shagari. I voted for Shagari. We had a Yaradua. I voted for Yaradua. We had an Atiku. I voted for Atiku. These are three northern presidential candidates I've gone to vote for. Has Mr. Sani ever gone to vote for any southerner? These are people, you see, what he is playing is there's what we call misdirection. If you watch the movie they call Swordfish, sword is misdirection. I give you an action that portends, this is what I'm trying to achieve. But in truth, I'm trying to achieve something differently. So they will first of all blame you that you are the one who is anti-North, anti-Igbo, but they all their life have been anti-South, anti-Christian. I can be sure that Mr. Sani will not hesitate to carry a gun and walk into a church and start shooting people sporadically. We cannot have a Nigeria when you have. Imagine if this man has a position in governance. Imagine what he will do. And I can assure you that a lot of people with this same mannerism of this man, they are in government. Look at the presidential vice, the running mate of Tinubu. He's saying that restructuring my foot. What? To restructure. To me is to repair, to rearrange, to re-energize, to anything good. That's what restructure means. Why is the word restructure such more or less like a taboo to the North? The word restructure is more or less like a taboo to the North because adopting restructuring will obstruct an already existing system that gives the North more power than everybody in Nigeria. So they will not want restructuring. I am so ashamed that these are people that I've stayed with for many years. He's about my age mate, so I can't imagine that I still spend. No wonder Nigeria cannot grow. Telling me that somebody, one tribe is my senior brother. Let me not speak bad word for this language. So I beg, what's the topic of this program again? I forgot. Nigeria opposition lawmakers. Okay, the impeachment.
Yes,
the impeachment thing is just a window dressing. If you ask me, the impeachment process for me is just a window dressing.
That's why I was asking, how firm are they in their actions? Because they cannot just come here and be saying that they are impeaching President Buhari, while at night time they are joining. You know, we have seen that over and over again in the system. And you know, daytime you'll be playing APC, nighttime you'll be playing PDP. So that is what we have been experiencing from Nigerian politicians over these years. You'll be surprised that if these people who are opposing him right now we decamp to APC tomorrow. Once they say that Tinubu is close to winning this election, once they observe anything that Tinubu is getting closer to win this election, you will surprise that these people who are preaching impeachment right now will decamp to APC. Mr.
Tinubu will not even go anywhere. Tinubu is the least.
I'm just saying, if for instance.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. See, let me tell you, the reason why these people have gained this sort of encouragement to be doing what they are is because most Southerners and Christians in particular are docile when it comes to election. Very docile. We really don't care because at the end of the day, we are not benefiting. We are just the numbers that a group of people who believe they own Nigeria are using to get the election. For many years, our presidency has been not sad, if not the one that God made for Jonathan. Even at them, now we still use our baby grandma kill him. So, what does I want to say, sir? So, Christians are docile. Now that the South is energized, now that the realization for politics is now realized in the South and in the church, they are now scared. 8 million in 1 month is not a small joke. And I can tell you that you at one point you said we shouldn't give Peter Obi and Labour Party the attention. Now Peter Obi was introduced in Dunamis Church, and the whole roof wanted to come down. It was a topic for them because they are afraid. Now the same Buhari went to Redeemed Christian Church. We didn't talk. We didn't say anything. Look, my sister, if we do not take religious sentiment and tribal sentiments from Nigerian politics, we will never get it right. We can never get it right. You understand me? Because what they are trying to do now is to rope
corruption exists in every fabric of the society, Mr. Oraka. We should not blame the North alone. The South is even worse when it comes to corruption.
No. In politics, no.
Yes.
If it is in Northern lands, let me tell you about not. See, when the Northern man steals, they don't jail him, they don't catch him. But when the Southern man steals, that's the one they catch. Buhari has been in. When last did you see the jail one not? Was it not Ganduje, the governor of Kano State, that they caught on tape, doling dollars in his dollars? Why do you think they name him Gandola? And when they asked Buhari on national TV, what do you have to say about Ganduje and the dollar? He said, look at the statement. I don't understand what technology was used to capture him. Maybe it is my opponent that went to doctor. You know, now that we have a Photoshop, and maybe there's how can a governor be stealing dollars? He doesn't believe that he can steal, but it was there. It was captured on tape. But if it is a Southern, yeah, EFCC.
I can't believe you can just change your voice like that. Like Buhari. Oh Lord have mercy.
Sure, you get me. The next time you invite me on this show and I see Sunny comment, I will leave. I can't ignore him. I'm a very emotional person when it comes to politics because my people from the South have been marginalized for too long. Please, when I say my people, I'm not mean Igbos. I mean the entire South.
Sometimes blame yourself, blame your Satanas. Blame your Satanas.
I don't blame them. Maybe I didn't grow up in the North.
Let's call a spade a spade. I know that you grew up in the North. I have family members that grew up in the North. When they came to the South, some of them were not able to stay because of
the Northerners are not as righteous as you claim they are. They are not as righteous as you claim they are because the truth is that.
And yes, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that
the law does not. See as this one they write there. Please, I'm not frustrated. I'm not frustrated. I'm frustrated. Araka is frustrated. See, look, we need a Nigeria where intelligence, people with people with strong intellectual base and intelligence rule. Not people who be spelling Araka is frustrated. It's amazing. Look, this man now is just catching fun. He's just having fun because he knows that.
I don't know why we are deviating from the topic, Mr. Raka. Don't look at the comments.
No, I'm telling you that the next time I'm on your program and Mr. Sani is there, I will leave. You know me now. When I say something,
He's
I mean
not
it.
here. Mr. Sani is not here. Let him leave
He just
comment.
told me that
Leave
Mr. Raka is frustrated. He's frustrated.
So from that alone, you should ignore him, please.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah, ignore him.
No, Christians have
Mr.
been docile.
Raka,
Christians have been
Mr.
docile. But
Raka, going
this
back
time,
to the topic
look,
of the day.
in 2011, Christians all over Nigeria came together and voted for Jonathan. I can tell you that the reason why there's a wave of attack on Christians in Nigeria is to teach them a lesson, particularly Christians in the North, from deviating from that northernization agenda. By that, I mean that Northern Christians have always voted along regional lines. Northern Christians have always voted along regional lines. We are Northerners. Let me vote for my Northern brothers. But they've come to the realization that this, our Northern brother thing, has not benefited us Christians in the North. You can see from this APC choice of vice running mate, because ordinarily we expect that as a Muslim in the South, you pick a Christian in the North, but it doesn't know. Either way you try to rationalize our political consideration, it must always benefit the Muslim North. That cannot be a Nigeria that you asked me to be part of. So what the Christian North did in 2011 was to vote for Jonathan, and they are being punished till tomorrow for that decision they made. I can tell you that a lot of Christians in the North, particularly in the corner, will be afraid to come out to vote because of the punishment that may be meted on them. So that is the truth, whether you like it or not. But the truth is that the Christians in Nigeria now are now more enlightened than what happened in 2011. The wave of Christian votes now will come not because they're voting for a Christian, but because of fear of protecting their fear from what will happen to them if a Muslim man continues to be president, and the sense of protecting their faith. Right now, they believe that their faith will be protected more by a Peter Obi than a Tinubu or Atiku. Not because Peter Obi is a Christian, not because Peter Obi is Igbo man. Let me tell you, if Peter Obi has come under the coloration of Igbo, nobody will vote Peter Obi. If Peter Obi has come under the coloration of he's fighting for Christians, nobody will vote him. I too am voting because I believe my vote this time is aimed at protecting the faith of Christianity in Nigeria. That is why I'm voting. That's why I'm voting Peter Obi. So I've said it. That's me. Because I'm done pretending. I cannot be pretending. I cannot be pretending. I know that the faith of Christianity is not safe in the hand of people, of APC candidates who are angered. Every time coming, imagine somebody saying that people of Labour Party should go and labor to death. Death.
You know
death.
what Tinubu did when they killed those young Nigerians?
He was making case for those who killed those youths. Somebody come and give me water. My throat is dry again.
So when those were killed in Lekki, the way Tinubu approached that incident. So in your state, they killed these youths for nothing. Instead, Tinubu was even going. I remember the day he visited the governor, saying that I'm the Jagaba. I go nowhere. People are saying that I'm not in the country. I am the Jagaba of Lagos. I go nowhere.
I'm not even sure Tinubu win. I'm not even sure Tinubu win every part in the Southwest. I'm not even sure he win the whole of Southwest. Are you aware that some thugs went into a church to pick out voting machine because they brought the voting machine to register people, and they went to the church and took the machine away? Eh? You see why I said you should not, Mr. Nekpe, why I say you should not be bringing this man, because see, I live in the North. If you are going to bring me in your show, you should be protecting because this kind of people now, this type of idiots may set trap for me and send people after me, because all he needs to tell the Northerners.
Look, Mr. Raka.
Hold on. Let me land, I beg. This kind of man, I will go and tell some people that this man is a hater of North, is a hater of Islam, and that's what any radical Northerners want to hear. Once he
Mr. Raka, this program is broadcast publicly. So even though I block him, he can still access it. There's no way.
I just don't want to be commenting. I don't want to be commenting when me. Anyway, I know what to do. Whenever I'm here and I see him, I'm off.
So you can see all the comment from your side?
Yes, now.
Mr. Sani,
I'm
please.
seeing,
You
I'm
are
seeing
disturbing
everything.
us here, Mr. Sani. I'm tired of you. You want me to also block you on Facebook? You have to respect yourself sometimes. Eh?
Yeah,
I'm
Mr.
tired.
Peter. Okay, let me see. I don't know when did we start this program. So how long have we? Because
Mr. Raka, yes, it's time for us to end the program. Mr. Sani, please stay away, okay? Stay away. I've been telling you. That is why I stopped you from coming to this program, because you have not been able to manage yourself on the program. So please,
so
otherwise, I'm going to block you.
let me give a closing statement. You see, I've stayed in the north, and quite frankly, I've enjoyed the north. The northerners are very, very good people. Let me tell you, if you come to the north and you stay in the north, let's say you are traveling, you come to the north around 3 a.m., if not now that politics, and they know that genuinely you are stranded, the best person that can help you is the northerner. If
Yes,
I'm
I believe
stranded
that.
in town right now,
Yes.
right now in Jos, if I stop a keke, I feel more confident entering a keke that is driven by a Hausa man than is driven by a Southern man, because
Yes.
they will charge you honestly, but the Southern man always want to cheat.
Cheat.
They want to cheat
Yes.
you. So there are good things about them. The only problem is that they have not been able to have a mind of their own to live above the manipulations of their political elite. That is where they are wrong. Once it comes to politics, they become zombies to the dictates of these political elites. That's where they are bad. If it isn't, rather, if it's time of relationship, if it's time of honesty, that's the regular people, the regular Hausa Northerners you see. They are very, very hospitable. They are nice people. Even the Fulanis that you are seeing, there are reasonable ones among them. There are ones that don't like what Buhari are doing. But they are the extreme ones like Sani, who will never see what is wrong about Buhari, who says that he was on your show and he said Buhari has done more than 90% in developing this country. 90%.
90%, yes. That's what he said. He's the best so far.
Yeah,
He's
he
the
says
best
the best
president.
president. You can see that
If Buhari
such a
is the
people,
best president in Nigeria, which means we are in trouble.
we are done.
We
We are
are
done
in
for.
trouble in that country.
So, and again, I'm making a rebuff from what he said. Then, in terms of Islam, let me tell you, Islam is a beautiful religion. Please do not interrupt me here. Islam is a beautiful religion. There's nothing wrong with Islam. There's nothing wrong with Christianity. But you see, I've seen a lot of, in fact, here in the north, there are many clerics that have used Islam as a tool to preach hate. And some of these adherents of Islam that listen to these hate preachers don't ask questions. So, what I don't like, please, the world should quote me. What I don't like is hate Islam. The type of Islam that indoctrinate people to go and kill and hate and burn churches. That type of Islam I don't like. The type of Islam that said if you see another Christian, you should hate immediately. That type of Islam I don't like. The type of Islam that tells you that even if you see a candidate that is good and suitable for governance, you say, no, I will not vote him because he's a Christian. That type of Islam I don't like. A lot of Christians have voted across faith. Not much Muslim has reciprocated the stance of Christians in Nigeria. And I like a situation whereby we can live above this religion and ethnic proclivities or inclinations. I like a situation whereby we can say, okay, no, among these three candidates, yes, this man practices the same religion with me, but he's not suitable. This man is from my region, but he's not suitable. This man is from my tribe, but he's not suitable. This man, though he's not my religion, though he's not my tribe, though he's not my region, but has the capacity to actually rule Nigeria. That is the type of mentality that will give us leadership that will restore Nigeria to a glory that is suitable for all. I am not against a Yoruba man. I am not against a Hausa man. I'm certainly not doing this because if it were because of Igbos, with my experience with IPOB, I will not support Peter Obi. But there is no way I will listen to the content of the character of Peter Obi and not say I will judge him. They say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mind speaks. I cannot support one who says that he's going to feed millions of unemployed youths, millions of jobless youths that are now that now have propensity to crime, that you are going to feed them with cassava, agbado in the morning, yam in the afternoon. That is not a future I envisage for our teeming population in our youth.
Nigeria?
You get me?
Goodness.
I cannot vote for a leader who is confident to come on air and say that 90% of Northerners are not attuned to social media, which simply means that the Northerners are okay in living in abject ignorance. Because there's so much to learn from social media. Social media is not a tool. Yes, if I want to learn bad things, I can go to porn sites, I can go to twerking, I can watch beautiful legs, beautiful babes. But there's more to social media than just these things. My wife is a beautician. I took her, she graduated from a school of beauty, but in order to sharpen her skill, she downloads a lot of beauty tips on YouTube, which is a social media handle. Now she's very good. She can turn Nekbe to a 16-year-old if she handles her face. You understand me? Yeah. I have a woman where I go to relax. She does these beads. She gave me one to buy, 35,000 naira for my wife. And I said, this is beautiful. You learn? I'm saying no, that she learned it on YouTube. Now, she never went to any school. She makes beautiful beads.
Yes.
And exposed herself to YouTube, which is a social media handle. My tailor, this shirt I'm wearing now, I just took it day first day, and I'm just wearing it today. I don't have a reason to sample it. Now I just wear it for your show. You understand me? This shirt, this design, the guy got it from Facebook. He got it from Facebook. So there are many business options from Facebook. There are many business options from social media. When we say social media, does not necessarily mean it's just for so for any president is discouraging youths from accessing social media because the only thing they know is mobile pedicure. They call them masuyankan parishe. They cut your nails and you pay them 50 naira. How many fingernails will you cut in a day?
Article making such statements, it just shows how backward he believes. I don't think everybody will believe that.
Some people, this Solomon says he's trying to call your number. Solomon said he's trying to call your number, but the number is not going through.
Anyway, Mr. Raka, I think we have to end the program.
Okay, no, I've not finished my closing remark. You understand me? So I'm just saying that social media. I'm talking to Northerners. I'm talking to a lot of Northerners who are listening to you. That social media is not just a place to go and flirt, and there are better business options in this thing. So for a presidential aspirant to be saying that, and is okay with the fact that 90%, so 90% are condemned to be shoe shiners, or water vendors, or Masutuka Amaleke, those who push trucks. Because you don't need to go to school. There are many jobs you can learn on social media and become self-employed. You can open blog. You can open I know some Igbo bloggers that are making money.
Is that what he's supposed to be proud of? You come
yes,
for
he
national
said it so proudly. He said it so proudly.
His people are not
90%,
trained.
90%. You know what 90% of Northerners who are not on social media? By just opening a blog. Do you know that Facebook pays you by just having a blog and measuring the number of traffic that you open on Facebook, and they pay you? A lot of musicians, this Buga, let me see you, the Buga. Social media, when you release the music, you have to cling on social media to enable your music, your and besides, having said that, finally, I think Atiku exaggerated the number. That's a lie, because
that's a lie.
That's a lie. I don't think I think the ratio is a lot far lesser than that. You understand me? It's just said that as a way of discouragement. So my guys, those who think my comments, I don't indulge in hate speeches against Islam. I don't indulge in hate speeches against the North. How can I be hating where I've stayed for so many years? My life is nothing without the North. So I love the Northerners, I love Muslims. But the type of Muslims that said we should kill and destroy Nigeria, why would I love such kind of religion? The type of Christianity that says people should bring their money and exploit the poor to make them even poorer, how should I love such pastors? So the North is good.
So the same, yeah, the same applies to. I keep saying it on this program that Islamic is a peaceful religion. I have many friends who are Muslims, Mr. Oraka. Those who are using the name of Muslim to commit atrocities are not real Muslims. The same thing is happening within the Christian community, that you see some fake pastors. The other day we saw a pastor who brought a coffin to the church, and they used powder to rub the person inside the coffin. When she get out of the coffin, all the powder were all over the whole place, and people were happy in the church that the pastor was able to raise the dead. So it just
I saw that. I saw that.
So people were commenting. I took my time to read the comments from Nigeria. Say, oh my God, thank God that people are conscious of this.
Whereas Islam is breeding violent people, Christianity is breeding stupid people.
Fake.
You get me?
Fake.
If not, how do you expect somebody will tell you, say, go and bring your money, just bring your money? So a seed that will provoke God. What type of seed do you have that will provoke God? So if we are going to make that as a topic, people will be shocked that you see, a lot of people think that I am sexual. I am not. If you bring topic on Christian today, if you see the way I will talk about like this guy, this general overseer of Redeemed Christian Church, I'm not happy. What is your stand? If you are supporting Tinubu, come out open. And after all, I've seen pastors who are supporting Tinubu.
They are not supposed to be partisan.
No. But telling me, but being sitting in the fence when it was Osibanjo, you were clear. Did Buhari not go to your church and you blessed him to become the president of Nigeria? You know that you prayed for him. So if for me, I not agree make church no they non-partisan. No, that non-partisan I ain't lead to our docility. I support church to be politically if Islam will be politically engaged, let the church also be politically engaged. Let the battle continue. That's my own. I know they pretend when it comes to all this matter. I don't pretend.
Let's quickly look at the comments here.
Let's look at comments.
Guys, if you guys want to call now, you can call in. Let me see. Someone was trying to call me earlier. Yeah, good afternoon, my brother. How are you?
Solomon is fine. I wanted to call the program.
Oh, okay.
So
I remember.
Yes, even my grandson now, like I said, I have spoken with him once before. He knows me, so I just enjoy the program. I just saw the people online.
I hope he didn't tell you that he will not come to Nebo TV again.
No.
He didn't say that.
No. Program. I told you I grew up in Kavanchana. When I told you that I'm from Ora, that Ora is from Benin.
Yes, I remember you. I remember you very well. We have spoken so many times. Thank you, my brother. So we are looking forward.
Most of the things that Magnus Soraka is saying is truth, because we know how even my grandfather, one of my grandfather's wives is from that Plateau State. He's living. He's from Plateau State. My grandfather's wife. We have the Kavanchan.
Oh.
My uncle, I think. Yes, some of now think Kavanchan. So my just. So married here.
Oh.
My auntie married here. So my uncle still married here.
Oh. Nice.
So that is.
Yeah.
That is this thing.
Yeah.
Even that itself, I was watching people when people were discussing about the artifacts, how to engage with the palace and all.
Oh.
I always follow you. Yes, with those to join you from Canada.
You need to be a part of my group. You need to be a part of at least one of my groups out there, because I have many groups I'm managing. WhatsApp groups. I have a cultural group. I have language group. I have political group. I have many groups.
You can have my number. add me to the WhatsApp meeting so that I can be reading our list because it's very, very essential.
Yes, I want
to be part of the WhatsApp. Add me so that they discuss ahead. We are all from Benin. We have orders from Palace, not that just Benin, from Palace, the children from Pazola.
Oh, interesting. Yes,
the reason why I told you most of us we give the name, we give Benin's name is most of the name we give to our children there, our people. Oba Heto, the meaning of Oba Heto is Oba is the owner of Heto, the owner of the hair. Heto, that is called Oba Heto. That name is for female. Oba.
No, I
This is for female. Meaning the woman is in the throne. The woman is in the palace, is in the throne. He is staying, she's suffering. By the time she leaves the palace, she leaves there, she will now know that how it is. So that is how you give most of our female names. Oba, you ask them, ask those historians, they will tell you the first Ora from. They will tell you that Ora is from the Oba from the son of Ozola.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know that history briefly. Briefly, I know. So, yes, I think we have to. I will add you to the group. We need to talk later. Call you back, okay? Because we are online broadcast. Yeah. Thank you. So yes, guys, if you are watching right now, you want to call in, you can call it. Someone else is calling. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you mute the other device? There's a device in the background. I can hear myself.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So. So, good evening and good afternoon. So, depends on where people are listening from.
Thank you.
I hope that I think I'm online anyway, live anyway.
Mr. Akpajebe, I want to add you now. Mr. Akpajebe. Yes.
This is more okay.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Okay. So, and for the way concerning the insecurity in Nigeria and the impeachment of
President Buhari
that just raised by the opposition and so on. Anyway, and this thing has been long overdue. Just that for the fact that Nigerians and also the people who are supposed to carry out such duties, and some of them are afraid, or because one thing or the other, or they don't have the capacities to carry out because they don't know the power that is guiding them in that Senate, because this is the number one thing the president needs to guarantee for the citizens, securities and life and properties. And one of the problem of Nigeria insecurity is that, yes, we always talk about the bandits and all that, because now they see that the bandits and the kidnappers are getting closer to Abuja, so now they are scared of this. But the truth is that it's not just those bandits alone that they need to tackle, because the reason is that majority of the people in the government, because if I have to use Italy as a case study whenever it comes to security in Nigeria, because Italy was one of the countries knows about the mafias and so on and so on. They were able to tackle mafias even up to date, and the Italian mafia is well known all over the world, but they are powerless when it comes to operation and all that. And because one, they injected sanity into their security systems. And secondly, injected also sanity into their government. And that is why they're able to tackle security. First, they have to do this. They cannot, there's no how it's going to work, because the people working in the government and the people giving information to the bandits and the all that, they are collaborating with the government. If they cannot be able to tackle this, even if impeaching the president today, it will not solve the problem, because the same people still remain in power, the same people still remain in the security field. So for me, it has long overdue to impeach Muhammadu Buhari. The truth is that even impeaching him will not even solve the problem. They have to try to inject sanity into the system. And then they have to talk about other security agencies and so on and so on. So that is my contributions to it. And secondly, and if it's possible, add me to your group, as you said, a political group and so on and so on, or whatsoever. so that we can have times to share together.
Yes, thank you. I will add, because I have political group, I have a cultural group, I have a language group. Depend on where you fit in. I think the political group, I will add you to the political group.
Okay, okay.
All right.
So thank you so much, and also I appreciate you. Bye.
Okay then. Take care, my brother. Thanks. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Raka. Let's call it a day. And oh, hold on. Let me unmute you. Sorry, sir.
Okay. So we'll talk again.
Oh.
I want to thank everybody who have appreciated my contribution.
Yes, many people appreciated. Apart from Ole Sani, who is your good friend from the north, from Kano. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for waiting.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Are you
Thank
still
you.
online?
Yes, I'm still on live. Yes, I'm still on live. I didn't stop. I didn't stop the video. So, like what we were discussing about, I know that you are aware of the recent news regarding Nigerian opposition lawmakers who are planning to impeach President Muhammadu Buhari.
May I come in?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's a belated move they are taking to start with. This man ought to have been impeached since God knows when. Right from his military days as head of state, this guy has been a problem to the nation. But people could not see through him because of his then number two man, late Tunde Diagmo. They could not see through him. To start with, when he was contesting the election, he lied to the nation about his academic qualifications. That issue has not been resolved. This man has dealt ruthlessly with people all over. I mean, I cannot keep on, I cannot enumerate the horrors this guy has wreaked on people since his military days. But because as a people, we are so tolerant and we are nonchalant. When horrible things are happening, we just assume that such is life. Let's get on with our lives. This is what has given this man the effrontery to rub everybody's faces with shit in the country today. I would say we deserve it because we refuse to use our heads. I had a friend who told me that God gave us head to reason and not to carry load. But if Nigerians decide to use their head to carry load, instead of reasoning with the head, that is their own problem. And that is the shit we are in today. I do not see the need impeaching the man because if you impeach him, the system that brought this guy into office is still in place, is still intact. It is that system we should attack, not Buhari. Even if you kill Buhari today, that will not repair Nigeria because the structures that put him there, they are still very much intact. If that structure is not demolished, it's just a waste of time. So removing Buhari is not the problem. It's not the problem we are confronted with. That class mismanaging the country since independence need to be overthrown, not Buhari. That's my opinion.
I think so. Me too. I think so. Because Buhari bet, giving a chance to somebody more meaningful, somebody that is competent, will help a lot. That's my own take on it. Because President Buhari right now, he's sick. He's sick. Not that he's a bad man like that, but he's sick. He's sick and it's affecting him mentally, even physically. So instead of him to just relinquish the power to somebody who is capable of managing the country, he's sitting down there in Aso Rock, wasting our time, wasting the lives of innocent Nigerians. Look at the insecurity prevailing in the country. So this man is not capable of managing the country anymore because of his mental issues or his health issues. He's supposed to just give power to somebody else. This is the selfishness that we have been observing in the system over these years. Selfishness and self-centeredness. He doesn't care about what happens to Nigerians. So that is the thing, Mr. Kwajile.
Now, you see, I think I said on this program some time ago, there's no leader anywhere in the world that will voluntarily relinquish political power.
They do.
No, excuse me. Let me cite examples. Nelson Mandela contested only one term. After spending 27 years in prison, his health was failing him, as we saw when he left office. So that explained why he could not go for a second term. Obama stepped aside quietly because constitutionally he's barred from contesting another election, presidential election. Obama
is democracy now. Yeah, it's
I know,
twice.
excuse me. No, I'm talking of leaders in general. No leader anywhere in the world voluntarily relinquish political power. It's just like telling me now that
Obama is not a good example for that, because Obama has
just like saying the Oba of Benin. We say, my people, you see, I'm tired of being an Oba. I have to step aside. That is how I look at it. So you see, power intoxicates.
Let me tell you one thing. Let me give you one history. There was a time in Benin Kingdom where the Obaship went to a family member, and the man said he's too old to manage Benin. Instead, he gave the title to his first son.
Very good.
That became what we know as Oba Ewakwe. So, yes, there are many cases like that. That some leaders, when
he is too old. He is too old to perform the functions of an Oba. There's already a limitation on him. So he did not on his own decide to say, I don't want to be an Oba. But there was something that compelled him to do it. Now, if you expect
Buhari's health condition, supposed to also compel him to relinquish power to somebody who is capable to manage
the issue is this. The people who elected him to that office are refusing to tell him to go. If not that these bad boys are invading Abuja now, the legislators would have still been there collecting money and doing rubbish, rubbing the faces of Nigerians with shit. It is because their offices are being threatened that they are not giving him 6 weeks to fix the country. How can he fix the country in 6 weeks? Atrocities that have been committed for years. The legislators themselves, these are the people, their electorate should recall, because there's a constitutional provision that if a legislator is not living up to expectation, his electorate can recall him. Are we using that power to check the legislature? The answer is no. So you see, we Nigerians, we want everything free. We don't want to work for anything, and we want to get the best of everything. Now, look at French Revolution of 1789. When the people of France got fed up, after living useless lives the way we are living now in Nigeria, in 1789, they woke up and took their destiny in their hands. And that is the foundation of modern France we are seeing today. So Nigerians don't want to do anything. Buhari is there. Oh, it's God who put him there. Allah Akbar. God is great. Leave him. When he finishes time, he will leave. Now, this is what we have got out of it. You see a president, a governor, or whatever it is, misbehaving, but we'll be clapping and singing. I mean, we are not serious people. This is why all these things are happening to us. We are not serious people. So the legislators themselves, these are the people, you see, if we have been recalling them, let's say those from Ondo State, Delta State, Sokoto State, Borno State, whatever state, if so many of them have been recalled by their people, this country will not be like this today. It is because we are very tolerant, and our tolerance is caused by ignorance. We are pretending to be politically enlightened in Africa, but I tell you that we Nigerians are among the most politically ignorant people in Africa. What other Africans will not take, we not only take it, we swallow it in Nigeria. And this is the outcome we are facing today. As you make your bed, so you shall lie on it. So if Buhari is
What do you
misbehaving,
think about this impeachment? Don't you think that is coming too late when the election is just in the corner? Definitely Buhari is going to still leave the office.
you see, all these are
So,
tricks. All these are tricks they are playing. It is clear to them that the ruling cabal, they are losing power. I hope you are getting me. The ruling cabal in the country, they are already losing power. So all these are tricks they are just playing to make sure either the election will not hold, or the military will come in, or there will even be national uprising to cause confusion in the country in order for them not to lose power. If you remove Buhari, what does it mean? I mean, it will not make any difference from the way I'm looking at things. It will not make any difference at all. I don't know. If anybody has contrary opinion, let him stay. I mean, he should forward this comment. I will read it and respond to it
I
appropriately.
think what for me, I believe that if they give power to somebody more competent, it will make a big difference in Nigeria. Not that it's going to fix everything overnight, like what you said, that the structure is there. The structure is hard for you to reform the structure. So, but a more mobile and competent leader will make a difference in Nigeria. That is what I believe, definitely.
The
In this
problem is
upcoming election, in
the
this
problem
upcoming
is
election, if somebody like Peter Obi can win the election, I think we will see some lights in Nigeria a little bit.
look.
Because the
uh,
structure is still there to place that limitation on him, but he will shine brightly more than the previous presidents.
Look,
That is
I've
my
said it
observation.
before. The system, the platform under which Obi is coming to office will not allow him do anything. Just like Murtala Mohammed. I remember I was in high school those days. When the man came, he brought sweeping changes. What happened? They swept him aside because the system that brought him to office, he did not demolish that system. He was working on that system. And that same system created the avenue for him to be brushed aside. This guy called Peter Obi, as I told you on this program some time ago, he has been eating and drinking with these people. He was a member of PDP. If he is not one of them, what is he doing in their midst? If they had given him the presidential ticket of PDP, it would have been a different story by now. You get what I mean? But one thing I admire about him is that instead of using the Igbo platform to aspire to the presidency, he did it on his own. I mean, this Biafran issue or the secessionist issue, that is, he did not toe that line. That shows that at least he's crafty enough. But however, that is not enough for us to say that it will take us to the promised land. He might take us there, he might not take us there. I still have my doubts. The platform, the structures that is mismanaging the country, from what I'm seeing, is already working on top of that structure. For example, there's what they call the third force now. A group of people, I don't know who they are, they call them the third force. Retired heads of states. They are now parleying with him. He has said it categorically that he's not going to probe anybody should they elect him president of the republic. If you are not probing anybody, then what is the use being a president? Once an offense is committed, there's already a penalty stipulated. If you are not going to implement those laws, you better get out of the state house. I hope you understand what I mean. Yes, you better get out of the state house. And one thing again is this: if people stole millions in the past and you didn't do anything and you are now in office, if Mr. X will steal millions, you should also leave him alone, because the law works on precedents. If the precedent is there that whosoever steals, they don't do them anything, it will be very unfair of you to send Mr. X to jail or to face a firing squad for what people did a millionfold before he committed his own offense. That is how the law operates.
If you are watching right now, please, tomorrow we will definitely come back and continue with this discussion. And if today is your first time of watching our program, please consider subscribing on YouTube and like our page on Facebook. And I appreciate everyone for supporting Nebo TV over these years. Thank you all. Mr. Kolebe, we will talk tomorrow. We'll come back again.